What is up, guys? It's Bozuku here with another vocal tutorial here in Logic Pro X. We're going to be using mainly stock and Waves plugins. This is a requested video based off of the song that I made in my Snapchat AI video. So it's been kind of delayed. It's been a while since I put that out or posted in general, but I'm going to take you guys exactly through the entire chain. No secrets here. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's just start with this lead vocal here where we come in. Let's go ahead and hear it. And you see I got this little beat. Little Peep Type Beat, Zen Shell, shout out. So I'll let you guys listen to a little bit of the song right now, and then you kind of see what we're getting towards.
Oh, I'm lost in this world, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to find my way, but I'm so confused. Cause I'm waiting for a miracle to come and take me home. God, I'm so alone. Oh, I'm lost in this world.
Cool. So honestly, it's like a really pretty simple like emo rap song. Honestly, I really like this one, even though it was like written with AI. Oh my fucking god! I really do like the mix on this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lead vocal that is going to be in the verses. And honestly, the lead vocal, verses, bridge, hook, it's all pretty much exactly the same, with really just like one difference on the hook. Actually, lead vocal. I'll go ahead and solo it, and I'll show you guys the difference. Obviously, this has been no auto-tune, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, the darkness surrounds me. I can't escape the pain. My heart is shattered, it's driving me insane.
And then with everything on it, obviously, you'll see quite the difference.
Yeah, the darkness surrounds me. I can't escape the pain. My heart is shattered, it's driving me insane.
So we got a nice, thick, crispy vocal with some verb and delay on it. This is always going to be the first thing in my, Jesus Christ, first thing in my chain, auto-tune. You could use Waves tune, get pretty much the same sound. I still have it in like some of my sessions from previously, and I don't even bother switching it over. It sounds great. They all sound great. Retune speed 5. Then I have the Humanize up here around 40. If you're going to have your retune speed this low, I do recommend the Humanize being up, and Waves tunes, it's called something different. Another thing you could do is drop the Humanize and go ahead and bring the retune speed up to something like 15. I've been doing that a lot lately. I made this song like last year. But anyways, those are the settings. Just get the key. I put low male because I have a low voice. If you sing in a higher register, go ahead and experiment with alto, tenor, or soprano. Next up, channel EQ. You guys can just go ahead and copy these settings. It doesn't even have to be this EQ. I'm just used to Logic's EQ. Now this first EQ I'm really only using because I'm using a Shure SM7B. The Shure SM7B has like thickness through all of its frequencies. So I like to come in here and just tame out just a little bit with these ones. If you have a SM7B, I recommend copying something like this for your first EQ. If you have a condenser microphone and maybe it sounds a little bit crispier and it's not as fat or it doesn't have like frequencies you don't like, then you can go ahead and skip this step, or you can experiment and pull out the frequencies that maybe you don't like in your specific microphone. So this is just a microphone-specific EQ. After that, I have this noise gate. Did not used to use a lot of noise gates. Now I'm super into them. This is the C1 gate by Waves. I go ahead and I just click perfect voiceover, and that kind of sets it up pretty good. And then I just play with these. You can go ahead and copy these settings. And then I have the de-esser. This is pretty important for your S's and stuff. Again, with a Shure SM7B, they're not going to be that bad. If you have a condenser microphone, you may want to be a little bit stronger, a little bit harsher on your de-esser. For example, when I was recording on like a Blue Spark or like an AT2035, those can be a little bit crispier and you can get a little more harsh frequencies on the top end. So the de-esser is great for that. After that, this is going to be our main EQ, pulling out everything. Again, does not have to be this EQ, any 8-band, 10-band, whatever. You can match these frequencies and go ahead and pull them down. Low shelf, pretty standard. Then I have this orange one, which is like, I don't really know what you call that shape, but that one makes a huge difference. And then pulling out some of the more specific frequencies here. So you can go ahead and copy those settings. Again, just the Logic EQ, but I also like the Waves EQ or whatever. I just have a bunch of my presets saved in this one. After that is going to be our first compressor, R-Comp. Boom, you can go ahead and copy these settings. I always like to use 2 compressors. I'll go ahead and show you guys the difference between just having the one on and then the second, but just doing it with 2 of them instead of pushing the hell out of like one just seems to give you better results, and they kind of have their own sounds. All compressors do, but they're all pretty similar, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Any compressors will work for the most part. R-Comp and CLA 2A, I would say I use 99% of the time. I really don't switch up my plugins that much. For my standard chain, my EQs and compressors, I normally keep the same. Even a lot of my reverbs, and then they have so many settings within them. You know, I just kind of play around with those. So you're using the same tools, but you know, you're adjusting the settings per the project. Like you build a house, a shed, a church, you're still using like wood, nails, right? You're just doing something different with it. So that's kind of how I think about it. These are the settings for the R-Comp. Let's go ahead and listen to what we got now with a little EQ and compression.
The darkness surrounds me, I can't escape the pain.
And check this out.
My heart is shattered, it's driving me in.
So that's CLA 2A doing a lot of work. You'll hear the R-Comp as well.
The darkness surrounds me, I can't escape the pain. My heart is shattered, it's driving me in.
So stacking those together, that totally transforms the vocals. So you can go ahead and copy these settings, really just 2 knobs, dude, and then I never touch any of this stuff. So copy those, boom, now you got your compression. Decapitator. Now, this is a super awesome plugin I highly recommend getting. I got the Sound Toys bundle, I want to say for like $200, and you get all of them, and they have a ton, and I used to literally just use this one and their delay, but I've started to use a lot more of their other ones. I used to use pedals that are built into Logic. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you went over here, and you click voice, and then you just click compress vocal, it'll pull up this pedal board. And I used to play with these levels to kind of get a similar sound that the Sound Toys plugin gives me. So if you don't have the Sound Toys plugin, I recommend using this to kind of, I'll show you, I'm kind of like softening up the top end. So let's go ahead and listen with and without.
The darkness surrounds me, I can't escape the pain. My heart is shattered, it's driving me in.
And the pedals will do a very similar thing. So if you don't have Decapitator, don't worry. I didn't use Decapitator for a long time. I just used pedals and got a very similar effect. After that, our last compressor, and there's also, I feel like it works kind of like a saturator. It gives some saturation, is RVox. Literally 3 settings. Go ahead and copy these. I'm not doing that much with it. Let's check it out.
The darkness surrounds me. I can't escape the pain. My heart is shattered. It's driving.
Cool. Then I have the S1 Imager. It's not doing that much. Let's check out another part of the song. But it does help to widen up the vocal just a little bit.
I'm screaming out for help, but no one hears my cries.
And honestly, I think this is literally stock settings. But if not, you can go ahead and copy those as well. Then I have the doubler on this lead vocal. Now, I don't have the doubler on the lead vocal for the hook, but we'll get into that. So the doubler... Boom, copy these settings, 45, check out the delay, and the gain, I have it around 12. That's going to fatten up the vocal as well. I like to use doublers on a lot of my lead vocals, especially my verse when I don't have the entire thing dubbed with like a left and a right the entire time. Only some of the times, I want the rest of the vocal that's not being dubbed to still sound a little bit thicker. So let's check it out.
For help, but no one hears my cries.
So literally a game changer on that vocal. After that, I got the H delay, quarter delay, boom, a little high pass, a little low pass. My feedback is 8, dry and wet, 14, and I have this lo-fi clicked.
Driving me inside.
Let's go ahead and check out our buses. Bus 1, we just have Space Designer, Villa Bathroom, and then the only settings I ever change are down here for the most part. So pre-delay, length, and size, go ahead and copy those. And this is Villa Bathroom. I don't remember if I changed it or not, but you can just copy that. And then I have the EQ, which is doing absolutely nothing. I don't know why it's on. Probably the same thing over here. Yeah, no EQ. And then on bus 2, I have Reverb, Hall 1. Again, pre-delay, time, and size. Maybe I messed with, but I don't remember. Just copy those settings. Bus 3, this is going to be my parallel compression. If you don't have this saved as a preset, I do recommend it. What you're going to do is cut out the lows. I'm at around 350. And then you go ahead with the CLA 76. This is the best compressor I've found for parallel compression because over here, boom, you can click all, and it essentially makes it like a 50-to-1 limiter is my understanding. Then go ahead and copy these settings. Boom, 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 boom. And that's going to really crispy up your vocal. That doubler kind of softened it. This parallel compression is going to really beef it back up. So let's see what we've done with these buses.
The darkness surrounds me. I can't escape the pain.
Low crispier.
My heart is shattered.
And then the reverbs.
Shattered, it's driving me insane.
And then something I don't normally do that much, but I guess I just wanted this one extra spacey, is I added a third reverb, which is pretty crazy for me. Hall, large. My time is 117%. No pre-delay. None of these were touched. Reverb, 100%. And output, I cranked it up just a little bit to 1.7. And my buses are at 21.5, 16.3, 28.4, and 15. And those are all negatives, negative 15, and so on and so forth. And that is literally it for the lead vocal. All I did for the dubs is actually subtract some plugins so that they don't stand out as much. So I still have my auto-tune, my de-esser. That's all going to be the same. And then I have my channel EQ. Only one of them. I could have dragged it over. I didn't. Whatever. They're tucked a lot more. But honestly, looking back, I probably just forgot. And then I have my R comp and my CLA. And I have slightly different settings. They're doing a little bit less compression on my dubs. Then I have decapitator. And you can see these settings. All I'm doing is really softening up with this dark. I like the end setting. And I just pull this down a little bit. The tone, I should say. Oh, and then I do play with my mix, so I forgot to mention that. But yeah, if you copy the settings, you're good. And then I don't have any parallel compression or my third reverb on the dubs. So again, I'm just keeping them a little bit more tucked, a little bit softer. I want them to beef up the vocal, but I don't need them so crispy or as big with the extra space. Boom, and then now we have this.
Can't escape the pain.
Fat.
My heart is shattered, it's driving me insane.
And you see, I don't even have the delays turned on, so I'm just using the lead delay. Okay, so after that, what I did for the hook is I have the exact same chain as my verse lead vocal, except I unclicked the doubler and I lowered my volume just, well, not even noticeably. So I unclicked the doubler because I have my dubs, my backing vocals going the entire time. So I didn't feel like I needed the doubler. Same settings for the left and right as the verse left and right were. Then I also have this bridge, and the bridge is going to be the exact same as the lead vocal, except for this, I did keep the doubler on, and then I just turned the volume down a little bit. So it's fatter, but then to compensate for being bigger, I went ahead and turned the volume down just a little bit, just to 0.5, and this is 0.2, so not that much. And then I have the dubs a little bit louder, just because I wanted to. And then just to go over my volume, pretty much just under 1, just because that's what worked out. This is all going to depend on your microphone input, but you can see like proportionally from the ratio of volume from the lead to the dubs, it's about 10 less. And then on my hook, it's about, 7 less. And then on my bridge, it is about 7 less as well. The only other thing we have going on is going to be these delays. It's pretty much a backing vocal, but I've thrown on the H delay, turned it on. These are the settings. Boom, boom. And this is, 100%. And guys, when you're doing this, do make sure that your session's in the right BPM and that you go ahead and just click host. If you're using a different delay, it doesn't have host, you can just normally insert the BPM. You are going to want that or it's not going to sound good. Then I have this sample delay. This is Logic. Boom, boom, boom. Sound Toys, if you do get Sound Toys, also has micro shift. This is little micro shift. They also have like a bigger version. This does a very similar thing, which I've been using lately. But obviously in this one, I just use sample delay. Super easy to use. It makes the vocal super fat by essentially making this really quick delay, which gives it this stereo effect. And that's it. I just have a couple of those at different volumes. And then for the ending of the song, I have pretty much the lead vocal with the volume tucked and the delay on a lot more, and then the lo-fi effect is on. And then on my first EQ, I went ahead and made this little radio filter using the EQ. That's just for these radio delays down here. They're just different volumes. I'll show you what they sound like.
So alone in the world today.
So nothing too crazy. You could have just delayed a regular vocal and it would sound pretty similar. That is it for the mix. For the master, my standard chain, Vitamin. mastering 3, and then maybe I adjusted some of the settings, but you can go ahead and copy them. Then I have the L3. Actually, this should be at 0.1. And then play around with the threshold. Depending on your track, this is going to be different. You do want to bring up the volume. You don't want it to get too distorted and have no headspace at all. So normally from like 4 to 7 is kind of my sweet spot. And then this L2 is going to soften up the mix just a little bit. Threshold 0.5, 1.9, negative on the out ceiling. And that's it, guys. And then you get the entire song. Sorry if I'm talking fast. It's past my bedtime. Hopefully everything made sense. Hopefully you were able to copy the settings and get a similar result. And something I haven't mentioned previously is, yes, I'm using the SM7B going into an Apollo, but I was on a Scarlett solo for a long time and then a duet. This is a little pro tip. Dude, my friend told me to get the Apollo because it has this like emulation of analog hardware, and it's honestly been a game changer. I'll go ahead and show you guys my settings for these. I bought these 2 plugins and that's it. So I run it my microphone into my cloud lifter and then into this Apollo, and I use these 2 settings on my preamp every single time. This is the I don't even remember what this is called. The API Vision Channel Strip. I think this is the classic or the regular. I don't remember. But then I come over here and I go to this guy's presets and I click Gentle Vocal. I just changed my gain on my mic. But I'm literally even using it for this voiceover. It's just the fucking best settings. And then I have a little CLA 2A. Boom. Just doing a little bit of compression. So I've run that, and then my vocals are now a little bit processed and they're a little bit warmer and compressed before I even get to Logic. If you don't have that, seriously, don't worry about it. I would just use a little bit more compression maybe throughout your 2 compressors, and you'll get a really similar result with or without it. But if you're going for like the top quality, I have noticed a solid difference using that. But like I said, most of my recorded music, no Apollo, just like a Scarlett solo. But yeah, that's it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Drop a comment if you have any questions, or DM me at Bozuku, and I will do my best to hit you back. I think I'm pretty good about it. That's how this video got recommended. So if you have a video you want to recommend, drop a comment, shoot me a DM. I am getting back on my YouTube game. I'm going to try really hard to make a bunch of videos, and whatever you guys want to learn, I'm happy to teach you. All right. I love you guys. Peace.